Game Show Network. All play, all day.
Buzzer TV presents vintage game shows on Amazon.
Welcome to a country fair edition of I've Got a Secret with our own blue ribbon panelist, Henry Morgan. Bess Meyerson. Betsy Palmer. And Bill Cullen. And starring Gary Moore. I've Got a Secret, brought to you tonight by Hertz Rent-A-Car, whose new Chevrolets and other fine cars let Hertz put you in the driver's seat. Now, here is I've Got a Secret, starring Gary Moore.
Thank you. Good evening, and welcome to what must be obviously by now a very special edition of I've Got a Secret. As you can see, we are saluting the county fairs, the country fairs that are going on all over our country at this time. Aside from the special events and contests that we're going to hold tonight, we have some interesting exhibits to show you. You've already seen our livestock display, evening livestock. Say moo to the people.
How's that?
Send me 2 dozen in the morning. Now, of course, no country fair would be complete without a produce display. And here you see some of the biggest produce that is producible in the state of Connecticut. These are all, just believe it or not, it's a pumpkin. These are squashes. Somebody's appendix. And dig this crazy string bean. It isn't really a string bean. It's some kind of a squash or something of the sort. Now, if the baked goods display is a little less ostentatious than the produce, there's a reason for it. You see, right after last week's show, we gave to each member of the panel a recipe. And they had to go home and bake a cake and bring it in for us tonight. Now, these cakes are going to be judged a little later on in the show. And after close looks at the cakes, all I can say to the lady who's got to judge them is, rot's a rut. Now, then, over here, we have something that's quite novel, I think, at least it is to me, a city fella. Have you all ever been involved in a rooster crowing contest?
No.
You know what they are? I didn't until tonight.
You crow and see if the chickens come.
You what?
You crow and see if the chickens...
No, I don't think you have much sex appeal in that department, Bill, as far as the chickens are concerned. Now, under each one of these coverings, there is a rooster. Now, they think it's nighttime, you see, because we've had them covered up for quite some while. When I take this off, ostensibly they are supposed to crow. It's dawn, that's the idea. So each of you will be given an opportunity to pick your rooster, and then we will see how many times that rooster crows within the next 20 minutes. All right, they are numbered, so be looking at the rooster of your choice and selecting. And... All right, let's start with the ladies first. Betsy, which one of these do you think is going to crow most in the next 20 minutes?
Well, they say good things come in little packages, so I'll take number 3.
You take the little bandy up here, number 3?
Yes.
All right, Betsy, that's you. Bess?
Well, I tell you, number 1 looks like, he's got something to crow about. I'll take number 1.
All right, looks like the old Pathé News trademark. How about you, Bill?
Oh, I'm going to take number 4 because the other one's laying down.
Believe me, being a rooster down is always laying. There you go, Henry. That doesn't give you too much choice, does it? There you are. 2. How did you choose? Very good. Now, this contest is going to be judged by these young members of the 4-H Clubs of America, Alan Birch, Judy Machette, Skip Wells, and Carolyn Broad, all from New Jersey. Now, each one is in charge of a given rooster. We'll divulge which later on, and for the rest of the show, they're going to keep close tabs on them and see how many times each one crows. Okay, kids, do a good job of judging, and we'll see you later.
Poke them pretty good.
Not allowed to poke them. Now, may we have our first contestant, please? Will you come in? Evening. Nice to meet you. Will you tell our panel, please, what your name is and where you're from?
Well, I'm Mrs. W.E. Nielsen, and I'm from Huron, South Dakota.
Mrs. Nielsen from South Dakota. Now, Mrs. Nielsen, if you'll whisper your secret to me, we'll show it to the audience at home. Here we go. Wowee. Now, panel, to help pacify Mrs. Nielsen's secret, the clue concerns something that she did. We'll start the questioning with Henry, please.
Mrs. Nielsen, I imagine you won something at a county fair.
Yes?
Did you win it in one specific department?
No.
In a couple of departments?
Partially.
I mean, did you win something like best quilt and best jams and jellies?
Partly.
Partly. Did I hit anything there, by the way?
Partly. Partly you hit something, yes.
Was it jams and jellies?
Jams and jellies are part of it. $20 down, $60 to go. We go, please, to Bess Meyerson.
Mrs. Nielsen, could it possibly have to do with the number of prizes that you won at the county fair?
Yes?
You won more than everybody else, obviously.
Well, we have no way of knowing whether this is a national or world's record, so we
But,
just
I
can't
mean,
answer that.
More than anybody else at the fair.
I couldn't say.
Well,
This
is it
involves,
the
in
number?
other words, best to be perfectly open with you, it involves more than one fair.
I
$40 down, $40 to go. We go, please, to Bill Cullen.
May I guess safely, Mrs. Nielsen, that you won many things at more than one fair?
There's a good guess, yes.
No?
No? Miss Nielsen and I had better have a little chat.
All right. I'll tell you.
But, now, what was the question? The answer is no. The answer is no, she did not win them all at one fair. $60 down, $20.
You said more than one
Pardon?
fair. At more than one.
More than one fair, yes, more than one fair. In the sense in which the question is asked. $60 down, $20 to go. We go, please, to Betsy.
Mrs. Nielsen, did you win everything that you submitted in your fair? Did you win first prize?
No.
No. Is that mine squeal? That's a darling. Come on.
Somebody over there is singing your song.
Come on, lovey.
Only girl in television that talks to roosters, you know? Now, Henry?
No, I just was trying to get Betsy to say that probably Mrs. Nielsen won prizes over a period of years.
Yes, it was over a period of years, unless you hate me for, or Mrs. Nielsen hates me for saying that it was different fairs. It was the same fair, always the South Dakota Fair, but on several different years. As a matter of fact, she is going to be the ones to judge your cakes for you in just a few moments. And she's eminently qualified because over the years she has won more than 600 prizes at county and state fairs. Those are just a few of the blue ribbons she has won. Will you tell our panel in what the classifications, what competitions you have won these ribbons?
Well, many classifications. I won in art and clothing, which included fancy work and every kind of clothing, and darning even, and every kind of canning and vegetables and fruit and pickles, every kind of relishes and jams, jellies, and what have you.
Yes, Henry.
Are there still girls around like that?
There sure are. We're happy.
Is she married?
Is she married? Mrs. Nielsen's married, yes.
I'm expecting a great-grandchild.
Ah, lovely.
Oh, very nice. Well, not only do you deserve a grandchild, you deserve a special ribbon for the job you have to do right now. If you'll join me center stage, you can judge the cakes that were baked by our panel. Now, I would like to point out that Mrs. Nielsen does not know which cake was baked by who. I will tell you that they were, of course, all baked by the panel, except I think we have to explain Henry's a little bit. Henry's under here. Henry, will you explain about your cake?
Well, this sounds like a kind of a weird thing, but if you lift the cover, Gary, I can show you. I got all the ingredients, and I did everything except one step.
You didn't bake it.
No, I have to tell you why.
There's Henry's cake.
I didn't mean to be funny, really. It's my house is being painted, my apartment, and I'm living in a hotel, and there's no oven in the room.
At the Waldorf, there's no hot plate?
I say you can't bake unless you know your oven.
All right, Sir Henry, you are unfortunately disqualified, although you'll get half the credit for gathering the ingredients.
Thank you.
Now, I'm going to ask you, please, to judge number one first, if you will. There's a little square cut off on the corner. All right. And now, while you're thinking about that, oh, you're feeling for texture, too, huh? All right, now she takes a drink of water, so she gets a fresh start on number two. Don't hurry, Mrs. Nielsen. Take your time. All right. Here's number two.
They're all the same cake.
Oh, they're all from her basic recipe.
Oh, it's your recipe?
Yes, it's indeed. It's Mrs. Nielsen's recipe, and each one of your recipes was identical.
You really, gave me quite a shaking up because I was a little shook up about the not using eggs in it. But it worked all right. It comes up, yes, beautifully.
No electioneering.
Now, this one's very fancy with little gumdrops all over it, and...
Some you know what did that.
Yeah.
I don't know who did what. This was also baked in a very fancy mold, as you can see.
Neatness doesn't count, though.
All right, that's cake number three. Now, Mrs. Nielsen, figuring only one person can be the winner. Which one are you going to decide on?
Well, of course, it's a little hard. They're all the same recipe. Yeah. But you judge by texture, taste, and color. I believe it's number three.
Number three, and the winner is Betsy Palmer. And I wish you could have seen Bess when she came in this evening. She came in right past my dressing room just a few minutes before airtime, and she had her cake, and she said, "Look at what I baked," and oh, it fell.
I think it keeps getting heavier, too.
Why do you paper?
Well, Betsy, in any event, here is your blue ribbon.
Oh,
Gumdrop.
Maybe you'll get more. Mrs. Nielsen, thank you very, very much. Now then, I'm sure that everybody has heard about Hertz and how easy they make it to have a car whenever you are away from home. There is a Hertz office, at just about every airport. But Hertz can be a big help at home, too. Because I'm sure you know how it is. Even if you own a car, the kids always want it just when you do. And if your family is like mine, your wife always says she needs it just when you're planning to get away for a little fishing, or even maybe when you need the car for business. Well, I can tell you that having an extra car at your disposal really ends a lot of arguments. And with Hertz, there's nothing to it. One call to Hertz, and you are a two-car family. You can rent for as little as an hour or for as long as you like. The low Hertz rates include everything, insurance and all gas and oil. So whenever you need a car at home or away, let Hertz put you in the driver's seat. I know the Hertz people have been very, very nice to me, but they've got a secret they won't even tell me. How'd they ever get that man to fly into the driver's seat? I've often wondered. Now, let us welcome our next contestant, please. Will you come in, sir? Good evening. Nice to have you with us. You tell our panel, please, what your name is and where you're from?
Max Kirkland, Hightstown, New Jersey.
Mr. Kirkland from Hightstown, New Jersey. It's only fair to tell you that Mr. Kirkland has also achieved some fame as a judge at county fairs, and he is also the television expert at Rutgers University. Now, Mr. Kirkland, if you will whisper your secret to me, we'll show it at the same time to our audience at home. And here we go. All right. Well, the clue to Mr. Kirkland's secret concerns something he's going to do. We'll start the questioning with Bess, please.
Mr. Kirkland, this thing that... That's you, Bessie. I wish you'd stop interrupting me. Mr. Kirkland, you're going to judge something tonight?
Yes.
Are we going to participate?
Yes.
And will one of us win something?
Maybe.
Uh-huh.
$20 down, $60 to go, and we will go to Bill Cullen, and it's almost certain that one of you has to win something.
Oh, I lost the thing. I was listening to Betsy's Rooster. Is it that Mr. Kirkland is going to judge something tonight?
Yes.
Bill, may I stop here for half a moment? Mr. Kirkland, I'm a city boy now. Is what that rooster Betsy's doing now crowing, or is that just...
No,
Not
no.
crowing.
He's not
Somebody
crowing.
ducking.
He's practicing.
He's just mumbling, Betsy. Mumbling doesn't count.
Are you going
That's a crow.
That's a crow. Want to go back? That's a crow. All right. So, all right, now...
you're going to judge the crowing? No, the girls or the boys are going to do that, aren't
That's right.
Are you going to judge something that has to do with whatever other contest we're going to have here tonight?
Yes.
What other contests are we going to have here tonight?
Make them guess. All right, we've lost $40 and have $40 to go. Betsy, please.
Mr. Kirkland, is it something physical that we'll be doing?
Yes.
Is it something that we'll be doing away from our desks?
Yes.
Will we be involved with milking cows?
Oh, no, not again. We tried that once.
No, but will it have something to do with maybe an edible instead of...
Yes.
We have to consume something then.
$60 down, $20 to go. Henry, please.
No.
Is there, we going to have to eat something?
No.
Are we going... We couldn't be cooking. We, juggle stuff?
Yes.
Juggling in the informal sense, the most impossibly informal.
Oh, carrying.
I'm sorry,
we have
I
to get
misunderstood.
something from here to... Like a potato race.
No.
All right, we've lost the $80. Panel, I told you that Mr. Kirkland is an experienced county fair judge, and naturally he's here to judge you in a favorite country fair event. He's going to judge you in a corn shucking contest. Mr. Kirkland, what are the rules in a corn shucking contest?
Well, normally, Gary, the contestant must shuck a certain amount of corn in a limited time. And they just take as much as they can from the pile and fill up the basket.
Well, that sounds simple enough. So, panel, you'll each of you find a stool and a basket with your name on it. If you'll sit there and don't start till I tell you. Mr. Kirkland has apprised me of an interesting side rule, which is that any time that a boy finds that he has an ear of corn, you know, with the red ears on it instead of the yellow, he gets to kiss the girl next to it. And vice versa.
Either side.
Either side. Either side. Know what you do now. Henry, put it down.
Hey! You found it already.
There's no fair looking for the red ear already. Okay? Now, what you do is you pick it up, shuck it, and throw the clean ear right in. No, you don't need any demonstration. Throw it into the basket. On your marks, get set, shuck. Necking and shucking, but sir, how did we come out?
Oh. Bill has 6. And
Oh,
has
but
4.
how?
Poor baby was 6.
Hey, you got all the time.
heavens, you got 4, and half of them weren't shut. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
She's the winner.
Undisputed winner.
Oh, my. We'll be back with you in just a moment, but right now, here is a special message for you.
Meet Dream Whip, the wonderful dessert topping that's white and light and tastes just right.
And you know, Dream Whip just melts in your mouth, not on your desserts. I can whip it up hours before dinner, decorate my desserts, even add the finishing touches. Then when dessert time rolls around, they're all ready to serve. No last-minute rush. And Dream Whip is still fresh as ever. It won't wilt or separate like other toppings.
And if there's any Dream Whip left, you can keep it fresh in your refrigerator for days. Use it later in the week to dress up gingerbread, or perhaps on a pie. So delicious, yet only 17 calories per serving. Low in cost, too. Keep several boxes of Dream Whip handy. It'll stay fresh in your kitchen cabinet, ready to use any time you wish. Try Dream Whip soon, another fine product of General Foods. Dream Whip.
Well, all right, here we are now, back to judge the first contest that we started, which was your ability to look at a rooster and decide which one is going to crow most within 20 minutes. And we'll start with Caroline. On whom were you reporting?
Mr. Henry Morgan.
Mr. Morgan? All right. How many times his rooster crow?
He didn't crow.
And how about you here, Skip?
I was reporting on Miss Betsy Palmer, and her rooster crowed 3 times.
3 times for Betsy, all right. And now, Judy, who are you reporting on?
Mr. Bill Cullen, and his rooster didn't crow any.
Swell bunch of contestants, fellas. All right, we got 1 to go here. I'm sure you're going to come through. Alan, who are you reporting for?
Miss Bess Morrison, she didn't crow any.
She didn't crow any?
No.
Which one was Bess? Which one were you watching? You sure you're watching the right one?
Yep.
Look, which one was Bess? Over there?
Yep.
Well, look, you're a farm boy. Why won't these things crow more?
No.
Just don't want to crow at night, I guess, huh? Well, I want to tell you that I want to thank these youngsters for being here and the 4-H clubs of America for their wonderful character-building work with over 2.5 million youth of America in cities as well as in the farmlands. And for each of you 4-Hers, I have here an envelope representing for each one of you a United States saving bond. Pass them out when you get backstage, and thank you very much. Now, you ready? May we have our next contestants, please? Hey, How are you? Now, let's find out the names of these folks and where they're from. You, sir?
Pete Bergang from Brooklyn.
Pete Bergang.
Marianne Herman.
Marianne Herman. Jerry Zucker. Jerry Zucker.
Estelle Reed.
Estelle Reed. Now, finally, you've all worked so hard at the contest tonight, we thought we would present you with a very pleasant surprise. Everybody knows that a country fair is nothing without an old-fashioned country hoedown. So these 4 people are going to join us, when I say us, I mean all of us, including me, in a square dance. Now, since they're all experts from the folk dance house in New York, and they don't want us to look ridiculous by comparison, they've hit upon a way to even things up, because the square dance caller will be none other than a hayseed from Pittsburgh, Bill Cullen. Let me assure you that Bill has been rehearsing this very briefly before the show, but he and only he was in on this particular secret. And this is the only secret that he was in on. So, Bill, if you'll go and take your place at the microphone, the rest of you come out here, choose up partners, and when Uncle Bill calls off, we'll have a go at it, huh? And by the way, you are with experts, I'll tell you this, because these folks are the same people who taught the Morsheyev dancers how to do American dances.
Oh, my.
Well, if they're good enough for that, they're certainly good enough for us. All righty. Where do I go? Over here? All right, Bill, give me... Ready, 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. All right. Huh? Yeah. All right. Yep. Oh. Honor your partners. Swing your partners round and round. Make
Make that big foot jar the ground. Promenade around the ring. Twirl your partner around the hall. Square your second, wait for the call. First old man go out to the right. Swing that gal with all your might. Swing the next, your sugar plum. Hug the next, don't be so dumb. Everybody swing your own, swing, swing, and here we go. Alaman to your corners all. Alaman right your partners all. Into the center with a hoop-dee-doo, hey, hey, and here we go. Second lady to the right. Swing this guy, don't take all night. Swing the one who never drinks. Swing the one who always drinks. Everybody swing your own. Head two couples, lead to the right. Circle four and make it light. Back to the oyster, duck, duck, duck. Dig to the clam there, dig, dig, dig. Duck for the oyster, on you go. Now break that line and stretch out wide. Forward and back and away you go. Do-si-do, you're opposite. Forward and back and here we go. Swing your opposite high and low. Into the center and clap your hands. Henry. Back your place and stamp your feet. Into the center with a hoop-dee-doo. Swing your own on a root-dee-doo. Promenade right off the floor. Fly out there. Kiss the collar before you go.
Haven't got any breath left. We'll see you next week. Go away. Go away.
Now, here's the message from next week's sponsor, Polaroid.
I don't want to rush things, but if you've been thinking of getting a Polaroid 10-second automatic camera for Christmas, why not get it now? Then you won't miss all those great fall shots, like football games. Well, I got one of them. Nice and sharp, too. And then there's Halloween. That's a cute one. And there's Thanksgiving snapshots, too. There's no fun like seeing the picture 10 seconds after you take it. So why wait till Christmas and miss those fall pictures? Get a Polaroid 10-second camera now. This newest model costs less than $75. See your dealer.
This is George Chandler. Goats in the kitchen and cows in the bedroom. That happens on Ichabod and Me. Tomorrow on most of these CBS television stations. Drop in if you've a notion to.
I've Got a Secret has been brought to you tonight by Hertz Rent-A-Car, whose new Chevrolets and other fine cars let Hertz put you in the driver's seat. The preceding program was pre-recorded earlier this evening. This is John Cannon speaking.
Don't you want to get married and settle?
Frank Vincent, New York, 1982.
La da da da.
This man's fantastic. Joe Pesci in Mr. Wonderful.
Everybody but
Mr. Wonderful. Everybody coming this summer to both of my YouTube channels.
be soft there so I can get those loading ones.
Come on, huh, Ash? Goofy, I'm telling you something. This guy wants to see you about money, and he's not going to leave. He's waiting for you.
Well, you take care of it. You don't know me. I told you, I don't want to be disturbed when I'm doing this stuff. Get a phone number, will you please, Hash?